Now, if you know me personally, you know I love a good anime. I love art style, I love art, I love drawing. When you put together with like action pack and storytelling, you get a good anime. And Akame Ga Kill is one of those solid animes. The artwork is phenomenal. The characters are phenomenal. There's a lot of great characters in the story. But the problem with the story is there's so much going on, you never get the chance to really enjoy it all because it's always moving to the next thing. And I watched this anime, it's only 24 episodes, and I've watched it 3 times now, so I can do an honest review of it and give you my solid opinions on Akame Ga Kill. By the way, I have the mangas now because I needed more, and you're about to find out why on this review of Movie Breakdown Series Review. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. And what is Series Review? Well, take a TV show, give it a grade, A through F, plus and minuses do count. We also extend to movie series and also seasons. So there's a season of a series you're watching, I give it a grade. It's pretty much like movie reviews, but just for TV shows. Ta-da! And also have a Patreon. It's Patreon/Ali Zakka, and on this Patreon, you get first come, first serve. When you pay for it, so there's a movie or a series you want me to watch, you pay for it, I go get it immediately, you get started on it. Also, you get first thoughts on movie reviews, first thoughts on TV shows. You get all the background stuff you don't get on YouTube and Facebook before they come out on YouTube and Facebook. Now, let's get into this episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review of Akame Ga Kill. Akame Ga Kill, by the way, this show came out, and let me get the actual time frame for you because it's been out for a while. And it's been out since 2014, and it's on Hulu, it's on Netflix. Now, one thing I'm going to talk about before I get into the actual review of it is that I love a good anime opener. I love a good anime opener. Bleach got some good ones. One Piece, second half of the series, have a lot of good anime openers. Naruto got some solid anime openers. Yu Yu Hakusho's openers goes ham even to this day. Dragon Ball Z Rock the Dragon never gets old. Akame Ga Kill got a really solid opener. The second half of the season, I think episode 15 on to the rest of the series. The rest of the series is over. The anime opener is done really well, worth to watch and listen to. I didn't talk about my Death Note opener, my Death Note review, but Death Note also has a solid one that you should watch and check it out as well. Their opener, the first opener, is really good too. But I love a solid opener, and Akame Ga Kill does one of the things that like check mark on my anime list. Like, does it have a good opener? Yes, check. But yeah, the second half of the season, the first opener is okay, but the second opener goes hard. I love it. It is a banger, as some kids like to say, bona fide. But if you didn't turn this review off yet, the show's a good show. It's a really good show. I enjoy it. The storyline it started off simple. You have the protagonist, Tatsumi, and you're following his journey. You think he's a guy who wants to work up his way through the ranks. And the show has a lot of twists and turns in it too. Getting a heads up, because Tatsumi is one of the twists and turns in the show. You think he's working himself up to the ranks. The young noble protagonist who wants to become the greatest of all time, and he gets to the city by the chance to make his mark and become the top guy in the army. You come to find out the city he went to, the empire is corrupted, and he now sees a different viewpoint that like he thought what he's going to do was the right thing and end up going to be doing the wrong thing and hurting and damaging people. And how he finds this out is because this group of assassins called Night Raid attacks the household he was living in. They're attacking, their targets were these noblemen, people who are high ranking and a lot of money and wealth. Well, they was torturing poor people, like putting them up into caves, or not cave, but into prison and torturing them, trying different diseases on them. And Night Raid gets rid of them, and Tatsumi finds two of his friends, actually, not one, two of his friends. One on the brink of dying, the other one's been killed, and he chops down the girl who was doing it, the girl who was putting his friend through his torture, like just straight drop her. And I was like, oh shoot, this show's a lot violent than I thought. Like, okay, wasn't expecting that. Kind of like Attack on Titan violence, by the way. You watch Attack on Titans, this show has that kind of violence. So giving you guys a heads up there. But he now sees that the empire that he's gonna go work for and want to be a part of is actually corrupted and pretty bad. And he works with Night Raid to kind of start a rebellion to take down the empire and make a difference in the world. And pretty cool storyline, pretty simple, straightforward, great. And you get to watch Tasumi as he learns to become a better soldier and a better person, understanding the world and the darks and depths of it. And you watch this journey for Tasumi. But then you also meet Akame, who is the main, well, not the main protagonist, but she is the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not billboard, cover girl of the series. Like, she is, it's named after her. Akame Ga Kill. It's named after Akame. She's a character, but she's not like the main character. But yet, at the end of the series, it comes out like she kind of is. And it threw me off. It threw me through a loop because you're watching Tasumi and he affects everybody. Like, he affects Akame, and then he affects Leone, and he affects Lubbock and Mine and all these other characters, Chelsea. Like, he has an influence on these other characters that grows on them. Bullock, not Bullock, but Bulat. And Susanoo is not really a person it kind of does a little effect in this kind of way. So Tasumi has this personality where he changes everybody around him, but he can't change one person who's kind of like his opposite, and that is Esdeath, who's like just complete opposite of Tasumi, but she loves Tasumi and just enamored with him and just want to be around him at all times. So Tasumi, like, he can't fight her, so he runs away from her. And this show is a very serious show at times, and then it's also a comedy show at times. So there's, like, for example, Tasumi and Esdeath, which I was talking about a moment ago. There's scenes where Tasumi will, like, find some situation where Esdeath is hugging him and he's trying to squirm away, or there's something where she's trying to kiss him and he's like trying to jump back, and they do all these little things that make you think like, oh man, like, is this a comedy? It's a serious show? What is it? It's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of both. It has levity in a lot of areas, but then it also gets really dark and heavy in other areas as well. Now, one of the drawbacks for the show for me is that the show has a lot of characters. It has a lot of characters for 24 episodes, and you meet Esdeath and her 3 people, and then you meet her team, the Jaegers, and then you have the Jaegers who are like the Empire's top soldiers, but then you get mixed in with them. The story take you through their mindset and their ideas, and this guy named Wave, who is pretty much like the Empire version of Tasumi, who wants to do great in the world and wants to make an impact, and he's not a bad guy, but the show take you through his mindset and how you try to affect everybody around him, but he doesn't do a good job of it. And it makes you get attached to your characters like Boys and Kurame, and make you get attached to all these characters. Come to find out they're nothing but bad guys, but you learn about them. So one of the main characters of this is Siryu Ubiquitous. She's a character who believes she's doing everything in the cause of justice, but going about it the wrong way. She's killing anybody who steals without giving them a fair trial. She thinks like, oh, you steal, you should die, you're a criminal. Versus giving a fair trial and understand why they're doing what they're doing, or trying to figure out where they're coming from. None of that. She's complete cut and dry. And she thinks she's doing the right thing. While Night Raid is like, no, the Empire is hurting these people. We need to make an impact. We need to make something better. And we need to stop the Empire. And then you get to the Empire. The Empire, they're complete evil. Honest and the Empire and the Emperor are just complete evil. And there's nothing why, like, Honest is Prime Minister, he's over the Emperor who's a little boy. But the boy, when Night Raid comes to confront him, he just starts attacking everybody and starts attacking the people in his city. Not blind to the fact that like, oh, I'm actually doing something wrong here. He is legit trying to destroy the people, and they're trying to tackle him out. Like, dude, what are you doing? You put me an emperor, you want to make an impact, but yet you're killing your people. And he's like, everybody should die. And we never got this mindset on why he's like that. It just is. It is because he is. They just need a big bad to fight, and there you go. And part of me is thinking like, why are there so many characters in the story? Why is there so many people that you don't get attached to and you're running past them? Like, Chelsea gets killed. She's one of the Night Raid characters who comes in middle of the series. gets killed and you never get a moment to grow with her, but yet you're supposed to feel something when she dies. I felt like a thing of like man, I kind of wish she would have got to know Tasmi a little bit more, got to know the people, because she didn't really get the bonding moments like everybody else did. You also have Shell, who dies within the first 5 episodes, and you're like, I wish I could have gotten more with her, because she just was gone like that. She had 1 episode for her character development, the next episode she's gone. What the heck? Bulat, who is, him and Tasmi had like a brother relationship, like they are like, Tasmi looks at him like a big brother, and Bulat looks at him like a younger brother, and he gets killed. But you never get to see them really grow and bond more than just a few hangouts. And then Bulat had a little backstory where his old trainer, his old mentor comes back, and they talk about it for 1 episode, then gone. Like, this show doesn't let you grow on character, doesn't let it grow out. And also I heard there was some studio issues with this as well, production issues, where they wasn't doing so good in the ratings, so they decided to cut the series short and wrap it up pretty quick before the book got finished. So the manga has a different ending than the actual anime, but the anime itself, I'm reviewing the anime, not the manga. That's why I actually went to go get the mangas, because I need to know how this differs from the show, because the show just kind of left me a little bit like, Tasme dies, which I'm like, alright, so he dies, but didn't see that one coming. Like, he kept promising Akame that he wasn't going to die, and he dies. Almost everybody in Night Raid dies besides Akame and Najida. And you're like, oh, I'll leave spoiler much. Yeah, the spoiler review, guys. It's 2014, you should have seen it by now. But yeah, it's almost like the ending was like, something don't seem right about this ending. I need more backstory. So I got the mangas now. But besides that, the music is great, the tone of the show is great, pacing's off, too many characters, but the action is great, the artwork is great. It's just those big things in the storyline. When the story, like I said, story is one of my favorite things, and when you get the story kind of wobble jobble and messes up towards the end, it really like, is it okay story? It's okay, but is it like, there's plot holes in there? They did a good job wrapping everything up, not leave plot holes, but you almost wonder like, why are these things happening? And then the ending is just like, forget everything else you had, this is it. Like Tasmi, for example, gets this power boost but still dies, which you're like, normally somebody get a power boost in the anime, they're not dying for no apparent reason. So what's going on here? Which the manga actually has a different scenario for that power boost, and actually has a different ending completely. One other thing I want to talk about before I get into the characters, and that's fan service. This show has a lot of fan service. You're not going to see girls in naked, but you're going to see, you know, people in underwear a lot of girls in underwear, body shots for no reason. Like Najida, for example, comes into the room after, like, I think she just got done taking a shower, so she's got her clothes on, but she's like using the towel to dry her hair off, and her it's like one of the few moments where I think she's wearing a bra, I believe, and she's wearing jeans and a bra, and the camera angle pans up from her waist all the way up to her head, and I'm like, why do we need to get this full body view of Najida as she walk into the room? I don't need that. Like, we don't need the unnecessary fan service. Do it when it's do it when you can, like, for example, or do it when it's necessary. A beach episode, there's your fan service episode. A episode where, like, for example, there's an episode in this series which I feel like it's done right, where they got attacked while they're sleeping. So they're wearing nightgowns and night clothes while fighting the bad guys. Perfectly fine. You're asleep, you're wearing your night gear, nightwear, that's perfectly fine. It makes sense. But, oh, let's go peek and look at, you know, somebody taking a shower, or somebody's in the hot spring, let's go do that peeking, looking thing. We don't need that. That's unnecessary fan service. But it wasn't like, oh, but we're anime, so we can do fan service. No, unnecessary. Unnecessary. You do have your pervy characters, and like in all animes, you have that pervy character who's like, girls. Can we get an anime where we get like a girl like guy? Like, can I get a guy crazy girl in an anime? Can I get that? Please, that's all I ask for sometimes. I want the role reversal. Can I get a role reversal? But other than that, I guess the reason why they have those characters in there could probably be levity, but you can do comedy other ways besides just look at her body, oh my gosh. But that's my thoughts on it. Characters. This show has a lot of characters in here, so I'm not gonna go over everybody. I really want to go over some Night Raid, which Tasumi, he is your protagonist character. I enjoyed him. He was shy, like he has a character who was like, he had this noble mentality, who want to make a difference, but also kind of like your average anime protagonist who's like, oh my gosh, a girl, I don't know how to talk to her, or oh my gosh, boobs and underwear, oh my gosh, I don't know how to handle this. Like, he's the comedy character, he's your lovable protagonist. Akame, who is a pretty cool character, she's kind of laid back at first and then kind of opens up more and more throughout the series. She's a great character. Mine, I did not like Mine. I thought she was annoying, to be honest. She ended up being in a love relationship for Tasumi, who Tasumi hits on by every single girl in the series. Every single girl in the series hits on him, besides Akame. She has admiration for him, but she doesn't like him like that. And Akame and Tasumi is the same thing with Akame. Like, he admires her, but he doesn't have romantic feelings for her. But then they throw Mine and Tasumi together because some guy who's like, oh, you should have romantic feelings, and they just throw them together versus letting that grow. They kind of hate each other the whole series, didn't get along, and all of a sudden they're just like, I guess we do like each other. Versus Akame and Tasumi kind of seem more like a relationship kind of thing, how the way they're in storyline, the way it progresses, and I'm actually happy that they didn't make them a relationship. But Mine and Tasumi, nah. I actually would like to see Tasumi and Chelsea would have been a better match for me, I feel like, because Chelsea kind of had this crush on Tasumi, and Tasumi didn't really get the chance to bond with her. But Tasumi and Shell would have been a better one, or Tasumi and Leone. You know, Leone said she was older, but I could have seen that one a little bit better too. You know, he called her big sis. That could be a little awkward there now you think about it. Thinking about it now. But yeah, Leone reminds me a lot of Yo from Ruby, and I don't think their design was intentional, but they kind of remind me of similar two blondes, busty, hard hitters, fighters kind of characters. But Leone was cool. She's gonna be the most of your fan service character in the show, which okay, but I actually like Leone's fiery and her mentality and her character. Shell was a cool character for the moment you had her. Bulat, I wish I had more Bulat in the show. Dude was a cool dude, chill, fun character to be around, kind of like go-getter, and he had a pretty cool background that I wish we got more of, but he got killed off. Najina was the leader. She was a cool character. Lubbock, you don't really grow with Lubbock. He was mostly there. You get his backstory a little bit, but it's not really much to care about. And then when he dies, you're like, oh, okay. But he actually has a lot more action scenes than most of the other Night Raid characters, and you kind of get behind him a little bit. But when he dies, you're like, oh, dude. Susanoo was a cool character, just a badass, and that's pretty much it. One thing I do like about Akame Ga Kill and the writers and the artists of the show, they're all different body types and styles. Every character doesn't look the same. They all had different features and different mannerisms that I actually appreciate that. Because it shows that different people, the different walks of life and different styles and different body types in general. So that's a cool thing about this show that I like. There could have been a few more, but they like, hey, for what we got in the show, I'll take it. Then you have in Prime Minister Honest and the Emperor, just two bad characters. Don't really care much about them. You don't even get a backstory on them. They're just there, just for a point for the Night Raid to go against and have an idealistic bad guy to fight. That's what they are. Then you got Esdeath and the Jaegers. So Esdeath is one of the main antagonists for the show. She is just pure embodiment of evil. She's the opposite of Tasumi, and that's why the opposites kind of attract. I like Esdeath. Kind of wish she could have been a good guy, but it's cool. I don't like the way how the story ended with her. I get Akame versus Esdeath. People probably want to see that, but Tasumi versus Esdeath would probably be a better storyline for them to do. That's my opinion. But Esdeath is also another one of fan service she's super busty for no reason, and a lot of people draw her in fan service stuff. Wave, cool character. A lot of Jaegers, by the way, are cool characters. I wish I got more boys. I wish I got more boys. I wish I would have to know what his face looked like. Dr. Stylist was annoying to me. He was this kind of crazy bad guy. He got rid of Kurame, which I got more of her background, her and Akame story. Siriu, Ubiquitous. She was good. And she showed up somebody who was corrupted, but think they're doing the right thing. And I thought she was done well too. I thought her storyline was well. I thought she did good. Her storyline was done great. Run, I don't know much about the guy. I watched it, don't really know much about him. But that's what you get when you have so many different characters. I already gave you a handful of characters. There's many more in this series. This show has a lot of characters for 24 episodes. It doesn't really get to grow on you. Is this an anime to watch? Yeah, it definitely is an anime to watch. Definitely give it a shot. Watch it. Alright, grading time. I'm going to grade Akame Ga Kill a solid B-. The reason why it's a B- is because of the pacing and the fact you have so many characters you don't really get to grow with. But the storyline itself, the storyline is really good. The characters that when they do focus on them are really great. Tatsumi, just, really solid character. Akame, really solid character. You want more from other characters. And yeah, it is what it is. The music's great. The artwork's great. The tone is great. They do handle levity and seriousness really well for me. I thought they did a good job on that. Fan service a little bit too much, but other than that, it's a solid B-. If you've seen Akame Ga Kill, what do you think? Please put in the comment section below and let me know. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode when we break down series review, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.